Hey there, storytellers! Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 22 of Bookmas. We are really close to the end here, folks, but today's video is going to be another wintry bookish tag. In fact, it is the winter themed book tag. You kind of get the drill at this point. The tag is inspired by wintry things and you pick books to answer it. And if you want to play along, I will have the questions down in the description below, but without any further ado, let's get into this. Question number 1 is Falling Snow, a book that has whites, light blues, and grays on the cover, I believe. And for that, I went with Once Upon a Wardrobe by Patti Callahan. This is an C.S. Lewis inspired story that follows a girl named Megs who sort of is tracking down the author to find out more about the world of Narnia after her ill younger brother reads the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe for the first time and gets swept away in the magic. She kind of wants to know more about it after that, but there is literal snow on this cover. There's a lot of whites and blues and grays, although there is the pop of color in her red jacket and the orange flickering flame in the lamppost, but it's very Narnia-esque still, and I do think it fits the prompt. Question number 2 is Crackling Fire. What book is the best to curl up next to a crackling fire with? And for this, I had to go with probably what is my all-time favorite book at this point over everything, and that is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. This, of course, follows Bilbo Baggins as he gets swept up in an adventure, leaving the Shire in the company of several dwarves and a wizard, and he battles a dragon and helps kick off a much larger story, but it's so perfect. There's a lot of coziness with the descriptions of foods and locations and songs, and it's just so good. And it's not too adult or too kid. It's just kind of perfect for any age group, in my opinion, and it's just so cozy, so it's great to read next to a fire. Question number 3 is Ice Storm. What book do you love that takes the characters through a brutal season? And I didn't quite know how to answer this one at first, but eventually I settled for Landline by Rainbow Rowell. This is actually technically a Christmas novel. Fun fact, they actually just re-released this with a new, more Christmassy cover, but I did it to kind of answer 2 facets of the question. The first is, you know, the ice storm itself, and there is actually a huge storm that happens in this story, but also it takes our main character and her husband through a sort of brutal patch in their marriage. It's a rough patch, and I think that kind of answers the prompt in 2 ways. They weather a literal and metaphorical storm. Question 4 is Winter Wishes. What character is living a life that you dream about? And for this, I went with Diana Bishop from the All Souls trilogy. She's a witch. She's a rare kind of witch. She's got a vampire for a husband, and she gets to time travel to Elizabethan England and get up to all kinds of shenanigans involving alchemy and witches and demons, and plus she's a professor and she's teaching temporarily at Oxford. It's so good. Number 5 is Hot Cocoa. What book do you think should be the next big thing? And for this one, I want to say The Santa Suit by Mary Kay Andrews. I just read this one and I was actually surprised at how much I enjoyed it. I thought it would be okay, and I actually ended up really enjoying it. It kind of has all the kind of Hallmarky, cozy Christmas vibes. Sure, there's a bit of holiday, like, insta-love going on, but there's also this kind of just magical vibe, and there's a lot of reconnections happening, which is a big, you know, if you remember my video, it's one of the qualities I look for in a good holiday novel. So there was it ticked a lot of my boxes, basically, and I think it would tick a lot of people's holiday vibes boxes as well. So I think it should be the next big thing. Question 6 is Lip Balm and Lotion. What book is full of soothing and comforting words? And for this one, I did struggle for a little bit, but I came up with 2 answers and I can't decide between them, so I'm going to share them both. The first is Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom, An Old Man, a Young Man, and Life's Greatest Lesson. This, of course, is a sort of semi-autobiographical novel written by Mitch Albom about his sort of last conversations with his favorite professor, Maury Schwartz, and sort of the life lessons that were imparted to him during those last conversations. And we also, in a similar vein, have The Last Lecture by Randy Pausch, and this was actually his last lecture that he gave. It is similar. It's focused on really achieving your childhood dreams, as well as adventures and lessons learned, enabling the dreams of others. It's about how you live your life, and final remarks. And this is basically, again, another bittersweet story, but it's also autobiographical, and they're both just really, they're so bittersweet because they're literal last lectures, last classes, last teachings, if you will, but they're also really heartwarming and inspiring, and they teach you to think about what really matters in life. And in a way, they're very soothing and comforting and reinforcing of the things that really matter, even though it's kind of bittersweet because you get to know these people and care for them genuinely. And then, of course, it doesn't have happy endings, but the lessons that they impart are happy and soothing and comforting in a way. So I would recommend either of these. Just go into them knowing that they are a little bit sad. And question number 7 is Peppermint Mocha. What is your go-to reading drink and or snack for those reading marathons of winter? And ironically, the question answers itself. My go-to like wintry drink is a peppermint mocha. It peps me up with a little caffeine, and it's all cozy with all the chocolate and the minty flavors. It's just kind of that perfect blend of like crisp winteriness and cozy winteriness all at once. Love it. Favorite drink ever to read with. And or also spiced chai tea latte mix. Favorite kind of tea to drink. Again, sort of that spicy, cozy winteriness. For snacks, I guess I would have to say I am likely to snack on something that's easy to like pull out of a bag. I don't like to have to like do things with my snacks. It has to be very picky. So, I mean, I'm definitely likely to eat cookies if they're around, and popcorn if it's around, because they're just really easy to pick on. But yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite reading snack, because I don't usually eat and read at the same time, but I will drink warm drinks. So there you have it. But that is it for today's video. It was a really short tag, but if you enjoyed this video, let me know by leaving a like down below. And if you want to keep up with me and all of my bookish adventures, you can go ahead and click the subscribe button. And of course, I highly recommend that you ring the little bell so that you don't miss a beat, because it will notify you every time I post a new video, which for the month of December, for about 3 more days, is going to be every single day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new one. Bye!